church, y'all. I know how we are, okay? And you ain't got to admit it, okay? Because I know. So you don't have to admit it. But literally, and even if we take it out of church, when we talk about Black culture, I'm going to be real with you and tell you that Black culture has never really been one that has embraced the LGBTQIA community. This is just a reality. So I had to go around the country and educate people about what immigrants do for this country, or the fact that we are a country of immigrants.
Right.
The fact is, ain't none of y'all trying to go and farm right now. Okay, so I'm lying. Raise your hands. You're not. We done picking cotton. We are. You can't pay us enough to find a plantation.
All right, welcome back. Shamika, as you just heard, Jasmine Crockett, and I'm still working on a great nickname for Miss Crockett, and I need to come up with that. But Jasmine Crockett is at it again, appears to be speaking inside of a Black church, and she wants to talk about how we done picking cotton, and that's basically the job of illegal immigrants, and this is all being met with applause. It's illogical, it's stupid, it's denigrating work, for one, and pretending as if somehow we as Black people have risen above manual labor. And my belief is all work is honorable and worthy. And then she's also scolding inside of a church Black people for not embracing the LGBTQIA plus. And not only do I find that stupid and silly inside of a Black church, but I don't even think it's true. I think Black has become the new gay, and the church has kind of just looked the other way. Anyway, Jasmine Crockett at it again. And I just your thoughts, your take.
The simple phrase for her again, Jason, is "Bye, Felicia." I think she was telling the truth, which is scary when she said, "I know Black church." To me, that is like the old days, right? There was a time when the Black church, I think, adhered more to the Bible. Now they don't. So yes, you have the gay directing the choir, sleeping with the choir member. They are allowed to do whatever they want. They have pride flags hanging in the church. And so to me, I would wonder what church, Black church, are you talking about, Jasmine? Are you talking about now that they've tossed the Bible out? Or are you talking about back in the day, which should have made anybody proud that at one point in time, Black church, or as she calls it, actually tried to live according to the Bible. Now I don't think that's the case. You have pastors pushing abortion, pastors pushing gay marriage, pastors sleeping with this member and that member. It's not the same now. Church is like a social gathering in many Black churches. We saw this with Jamal Bryant. We saw this with William Murphy during the whole election. We saw this with the Warnoff guy or whatever down in Georgia. This is a joke to them. Church now is a joke. It's not about being Christian. It's about going there to be social and to be social justice warriors. So when it comes to the church, I want to know to Felicia, which church exactly are you talking about? Now or then?
You know what? It's and I don't have the proper funny acronym yet, but it's like the Affordable Care Act. It's a form of insurance that Obama has opened up to everybody, and the affordable or the flexible religious health care act or insurance policy. Hey, just in case there is a God, I want to be able to say, hey, I went to church every Sunday. And that's what the whole deal is. It's an insurance policy. It's not your provider. It's just in case your provisions aren't proper on Judgment Day. Hey, least I went to church. It people go out of tradition and people go out of just in case. They're not looking for guidance. They're not looking for accountability. They're not looking for repentance. It's their life insurance policy that you pay $6 a month for, or whatever you tithe, and you just say, well, I hope I never need it, or when this will come in handy when I do need it. But in terms of dictating how we believe and behave, yeah, the church has virtually no impact or no interest in having impact in that regard.
Yes, Jason, I totally agree. They do it out of habit. I know people that have been in church 50 and 60 years who still act like they don't know the Bible. Either they don't read it or they just lean on the pastor to tell them what it says. The way they live their life, and I'm not even talking about blatant sin, I'm talking about not having the tiniest bit of faith. I see this from people who've been in church all their lives. And it's funny to me that they would allow someone like Jasmine Crockett to stand in the pulpit and be disrespectful to people, our ancestors. They are always talking about the ancestors, but then they disrespect them every chance they get. For her to say, we done picking cotton, you never pick cotton. You've never picked cotton unless it's the thread out of the braids that you have so that you can put that fat wig on your head. You've never picked cotton, and I think it's disrespectful when people who've lived very privileged lives start to act as if they were ever slaves, that they were ever whipped or beaten. It's a joke. And we have kids now who refuse to read. There was a time when slaves weren't allowed to read. Now they don't even want to read, but we allow them to say things like, we done picking cotton. If I wish that Mama Hannah, that's my great grandmother, could rise, who was actually born in slavery, and I hope I got a little bit of her fire. I wish she could rise from the dead and backhand people like Jasmine Crockett, who were trying to ride off of their hard work. It's disrespectful, but these are the same people that act as if they are fighting in the name of the ancestors. You're not, when you're disrespecting everything that they actually did and went through for us to be where we are today. She's a joke. Bye, Felicia.
One of my best friends and a mentor in Kansas City, this old Italian dude, Joe Mandicina. And, I'm just going to keep it real. He owned a club called Diamond Joe's. And we were very close, and close with his wife, his family. And I can remember we were so close, we were just honest with each other. And I can remember one time he caught me, and this is years ago, talking about pride and what I would and wouldn't do. And he goes, Jason, that's the problem with black people. Y'all ruled by pride. There was $1 laying on the floor. You'd be too prideful to pick it up. And and he goes, that's the problem. And the conversation revolved around Joe was a multimillionaire, owned a lot of property, owned a lot of businesses, but he would wait on me or Derek Thomas or any professional athlete that came in there, or any of his customers. He'd wait on us hand and foot. He'd come out and serve us meals. He did everything, put a little apron on it, and he was literally, he had more money than even the professional athletes. But he goes, man, pride ain't gonna stop me from bending over and picking up a quarter, let alone $1. And that's what I think he's right. And when I hear that very pride, we done picking cotton, and we wouldn't do the kind of labor that Latinos or illegal immigrants do or whatever, that's a childish philosophy on life. The other thing that bothers me is just, we have called this tone and conversation and ghettoing up our tone. We call it code switching, as if this is some sort of great skill that only we have and it's something to be complimented. I don't like the code switching. I don't have two different styles of voice for black people and for white people. And just how ghetto she was trying to sound. I'm finna tell y'all, or I'm gonna tell y'all that, or any of that. I don't like it, and it seems to be a requirement among prominent black people that, get placed in high political positions, get placed in high places in the media. At some point, they're all called upon to show just how ghetto they are, and somehow this is a good thing.
If you enjoyed that video, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe so you never miss a moment of Fearless.